So guys, on this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create or how to design a Pinterest pin with your mobile phone. All right, so on my previous video I explained to you guys what a Pinterest pin is. So if you haven't watched the video, please do well to watch that video so that you understand what a Pinterest pin is. So I'm going to be showing you how you can design beautiful pins like this using your Canva app. So let's go to our Canva. If you don't have your Canva app, you have to download your Canva app by going through your Play Store to download your Canva app. So once you're done downloading your Canva app and you sign up on Canva or you sign in on Canva, the next thing you're going to do is to open your Canva app to start creating your designs. So if you're a new Canva user, you won't be seeing any new recent designs. So the reason why you're seeing recent designs here in my Canva app is because I have been using Canva to design. Okay, so once you open your Canva app, this is how the Canva app looks like. Okay, so for creating Pinterest pin design, we have what they call Pinterest size for pin design. So we have Instagram story size, and we also have Pinterest pin size. Okay, I'll be writing the sizes down in my description box, so do check it out. So for this particular video, we are going to be using the Instagram story size to design our pin. All you just have to do is to go to the search bar and search for Instagram story. Okay, and then you click on the create blank. You click on create blank. Once you click on your create blank, the next thing you're going to see is a spreadsheet like this, a plain spreadsheet like this. Down here you're going to see your tools, the tools that you'll be using to be designing this particular design. So down here you will see design, element, text, gallery, brand, uploads, tools, project. So all these things are more like the tools you'll be using to create this design. So for this particular design, the first thing we are going to do is to go to our element to select a grid for this design. Okay, so once you click on element, this is what is going to pop out for you. Then you go to grid. Okay, down here these are grid. So we have single grid, we have double grid. So these are all the kind of grid you have. So these grids are more like a grid you use in placing your pictures, your images. Okay, so if you haven't seen the grid that you want, the next thing you have to do is to click on see all for you to be able to select the grid you want to use. Okay, so for this particular grid we'll be using a 4-side grid. Okay, that comes in 4 shapes. Okay, click on the first space, and the next thing you do is to click on replace. Okay, so right now what we are trying to do now is to select image for our grid. Okay, so we will be using image from Canva to do this design, to create this design. So once you click on replace, this will pop up for you, and down here you're going to see gallery, uploads, and photos. So we are going to select photos because we want to make use of Canva photos. Okay, so the topic we are working on is how to get rid of dandruff at home. Okay, how to get rid of dandruff at home. So all you just have to do is to click on the search bar and search for hair growth. So I'm just trying to search for, okay, so I'm just trying to search for images that I will use. I'll go to replace, click on photo, hair loss or dandruff. So after inputting all the images you want to use for this design, the next thing we are going to do is to go back to our elements, click on elements and select a shape. This time around we are going to be looking for a square shape that we'll be using for this particular design. So once you click on elements, you go to square, you click on square shape and select the square you'll be using for this design, okay, and then you adjust them to how you want it to be. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to change this color to white. Okay, so down here, this is where you see your color background. Once you click on it, you select white background, the color of your choice. Okay, you select the color of your choice, okay, for your design. Then after you have selected your shape and choose the color of the shape you want, after you must have input your shape and select the color you want, the next thing we are going to do is to click on the text to write in the text you want to write. So remember, we said the topic we are working on is how to get rid of dandruff at home. So once you click on your text, the next thing you have to do is to start typing. Okay, is to start typing what you want to type. Then you adjust and duplicate. So if you want to duplicate your image, all you just have to do is to click on it, click on this plus icon here, and it will duplicate for you. Then you click on edit and then write the other write-up you want to write, which is how to get rid of, okay, how to get rid of dandruff duplicate and edit at home. Okay, so once you're done writing what you want to write, the next thing you have to do is to adjust your write-up to the size you want, adjust the second write-up to the size you want, adjust the second write-up to the size you want, then adjust all the write-up to how you want it to be. Then when you're done, the next thing you have to do is to change the font, because this particular font is not how we are going to leave it. So if you want to change the font of your write-up, all you just have to do is to click down here where you see font, you click on font to choose the kind of font you want for your write-up. So once you click on font, if all the fonts you're seeing here is not what you want, you just click on this arrow by your right and it will bring out all the font size for you. Okay, so for this design we are going to be using this font. So we'll be using this font for the design, and then you just play around with the kind of font you want to use. Okay, so after you must have choose the font you want to use for your write-up, the next thing you have to do is to adjust your write-up to fit in the shape. Okay, so you don't want your write-up to be out of the shape. Okay, so once you're done, you adjust your write-up, and then if you want to choose a color for this your write-up, if you don't want the color to be black, you can then click on the write-up and then scroll down here where you see text color, where you see color for your text, and then you choose the color you want to use. So for this particular design, let's change the color of dandruff, okay, to another color. Let's leave it at purple. So once you're done choosing the color you want, the next thing we are going to do is to click on our shape to duplicate our shape by clicking on the plus icon to duplicate, and then we are taking it down, and the last thing we are going to do before we upload this design is to write our website name. So whenever you're creating a Pinterest pin design, it is always advisable for you to indicate a website name for your design. Okay, so the website name we are using for this particular design is www.thegirlyhaven.com, so which is what we are going to indicate here. So once you're done typing it, you click on the right up and click on font size, okay, to adjust the font size to the size of your choice, and then you bring it down to this shape. Then change the font. If you're not comfortable with this font, you can click on font and change it to the font of your choice. Okay, so I like using this particular font for mine, and then I adjust it a little and then fix it to how I want it to be. Then the next thing I will be doing is to go to advanced, to click on advanced and click on letter spacing to space out my letter for it to spread out to this particular shape, for it to spread out. So once I am done and I am comfortable with this design, the next thing I will have to do is to just download my design. Okay, so I am comfortable with this design right here, and I will click on the arrow icon to download. But before downloading, let me briefly explain something to you guys. So if you're creating a Pinterest pin, you have to take note of number one, readability. Number two, the kind of color you use for your design. You have to use a color that is catchy for people to see, and also a write-up that is readable. You don't go and choose write-up that is not readable, so that when people see your pin design on Pinterest, they can be able to read your design. So if you notice, I use a bold font and also a bright color for my design. So these are the things you have to take note. So this is more like a simple way of designing a Pinterest pin for Pinterest. Okay, so this is more like a beginner friendly way on how you can design a Pinterest pin. Okay, so once you're done, you click on the arrow icon and click on download, and then we are changing this. We don't want to download this to MP4 video, so we are just downloading it to JPEG. Then you reduce your quality size to 50 and then you download.